First opened back in 2008, there's a look at Lucas Oil Stadium here in downtown Indy. Today, we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the Washington Commanders and the Indianapolis Colts. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. To throw right away is Howell. And incomplete to open things up.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead is knocked harmlessly to the turf.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll run for the first time here with Brian Robinson. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
You force the incompletion on first down, then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Howell throwing on 3rd down here. And it's out. He put it on the carpet. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or 2 short. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now the NFL's leading rusher in 2021, Jonathan Taylor. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
On 2nd down, it's Richardson to throw it. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And 3rd and 8 now. Well, this defense for the Commanders, they played extremely well last week in that win over Green Bay.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win.
And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, on 3rd down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there, to pick up the first, Charles.
And he used the proper word there, dependable, and sometimes spectacular, because tight ends nowadays, they can do it all. But they're the guys you trust, especially across the middle of the field where there's traffic. He delivers, and they pick up nice yardage.
17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. 1st and 10, Richardson looks to throw it. And he's got Pierce. Touchdown, Colts. Alec Pierce with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Colts will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And that that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
On 2nd and 7,
Howell. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Oh, I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
they head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
From the gun on 3rd down, Howell.
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Colts pick it up. A disappointing end of the sequence there. He was starting to turn nothing into something, and then he lost the football.
And sometimes things get lost in the transition. And what I mean by that is you go from being a passer to a runner. And at a certain point, once you cross the line of scrimmage, you're strictly a runner now. There's no more downfield threat. Make sure you take
touchdown. Alec Pierce, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Colts are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And it's now 14-0. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10.
And the defense, they get to Howell. He'll go down here. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, partners, the first quarter, too early to start talking about needing a comeback. They're down 2 touchdowns already, and that sack, that disrupts this drive. They need something to go right on offense, and they need it to happen soon.
And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted.
Well, this is something we've seen before, partner. We've seen a defense bait a rookie, pretend to leave a window open, and then the defensive back jumped it as soon as the ball was released. Big-time play. They love taking advantage of the youngsters, and in this case, it paid off well.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Again, it'll be Taylor.
And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
This is caught. Touchdown, Colts.
Courtland Sutton from 4 yards out. And the Colts take a 3-touchdown lead.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And it's now 21-0.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer, because only a few teams in league history ever come back from a 4-score deficit. But if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Here's Howell. Got this complete to Jahan Dotson. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, these guys certainly need something good to go their way, because this first quarter has been something of a disaster for them trying to move the ball. But that completion there maybe can get them focused and moving in the right direction.
11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Kenny Moore. And the Colts are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield.
A tough adjustment to the NFL throughout his rookie season, and his problem with turnovers is only exacerbated by his early showing today. That's a couple for him here in this first half, and he's cleared the double-digit mark for the entire season.
They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And he carries this one past the midfield stripe and into Commander territory. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. 21-0 our score after 1. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll run with Wilson out of the shotgun. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. You need your wide receivers as blockers. Sometimes they get a hole.
The big runs are often a result of what they do on the perimeter. In this case, got caught holding, and this one will come back.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain there, and it brings forth a 3rd and long. If this defense wants to stay in this ball game, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed, because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away. 35 yards that time on the punt. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. And the slot man goes in motion left. Now a 1,000-yard rusher a season ago, Antonio Gibson with it. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Not too shabby for his first carry of the game. That's exactly what most teams are looking for. A really good change of pace back.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And they'll send the slot in motion left. On first down, Howell. That's going to be caught downfield by McLaurin. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, 51 yards. And the Commanders get a bit closer. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Washington kick team back out there now as they will sing this one away. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. First and 10. There he goes left side. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation. Knowing when it exists to go to it, they did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, give that water break and get on out there and play.
They begin the drive with Robinson. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. And the slot man goes in motion left. A give running right, Gibson. And some space here. There he goes right side. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Well, I tell you what, when you get a running back who can move like that in the open field, that's something to take advantage of, and they certainly did there.
And there's an old chestnut of an expression called getting on your horse. And I hate to use it, but I'm going to right here because it absolutely applies. How about the head of steam he had behind him? And he was absolutely galloping downfield. That was something to see.
And if you're wondering how fast he was going, Next Gen Stats clocked him at close to 21 miles an hour. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Another run for Wilson on second. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 109 yards rushing for him now, and he's only carried the ball 4 times.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to. But they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. And down inside the 35 he goes to the 32-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. The Colts sitting at 5-2 on the year, and they've been playing well, really well. I mean, winners of 5 of their last 7, but losers last time out.
And it always hurts when you lose a tight game as they did it.
Touchdown, Indianapolis!
Jonathan Taylor, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Robinson here. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 9, Powell. And for the 3rd time here, this half is intercepted. Picked up by Julian Blackmon. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football. So his struggle is just continuing here in the first half, throwing the football. Charles, now 3 interceptions.
And they don't feel like they're just great plays by the defense. There's a sense that maybe he's a little careless with the football now. So some of the great coaches in the past, you know, they've always said, I can't teach you, obviously, because you're not listening. So maybe the bench can teach you. He's got to be careful now. He might get pulled.
But these are the situations that really test the defense. Those sudden changes. They're already inside field goal range to start the possession. Their goal now, keep it to a long kick, if indeed they end up trying one.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor. And he'll work his way inside the 30 now to the 28. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. On 1st down, Richardson. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
He came through well with a nice pass breakup there. Fortunate that he was on the spot. He's the only guy left to prevent the first down.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
On 3rd down, it's Richardson. Able to find his man, Woods. And the Colts are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
Definitely an important sequence here for this defense. They've had their share of struggles in this first half. They just cannot afford to give up another touchdown here.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Well, it looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
They'll try and run. Taylor. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor with his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game. And the Colts are able to add on to their first half lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And a touchdown. It's Gay to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Faking the handoff. Howell.
Rolling to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Now the Commanders going to burn the second of their timeouts
as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Slings this deep from McLaurin. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Good clean play, no flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get them off the field with a 3 and out.
And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half.
One last shot before the break. Howell.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Julian Blackmon, and he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half.
So we hit halftime here in Indianapolis with the Colts on top as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And we welcome you back now alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin getting set for quarter number 3 here. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football.
From his end zone, Wilson. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
Now, the first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
Second down, another run with Taylor.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
On 3rd down, here's Taylor.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. The CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
So here we go, 4th down, Howell. And now here's another interception. Picked up by Kenny Moore. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football. Well, there's two sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball-hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard, but also you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player, you have to know the situation.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Again, it's Taylor. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Jonathan Taylor, a 12-yard touchdown run. And the Colts have taken a 5-touchdown lead. A familiar refrain, a turnover leads to a touchdown, and that lead grows even wider now here in this 3rd quarter.
Yeah, partner, I'd say there are a lot of grins breaking out on that sideline because, let's face it, they came in thinking they were in for a real fight in this game, but this one's been about as one-sided as we've seen in a while. In addition, if you're a backup, time to start stretching and loosening up. You may get some playing time in this one.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But and my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Julian Blackmon. And the Colts are going to take over here up near the 40. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around a defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll run straight ahead with Wilson, and that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. To the right side, this is Taylor. And some room to maneuver. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 126 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. Wilson with a 1st down carry. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Jamin Davis, the one to get up from his linebacker spot and make that play.
Partner, I know my grade school teachers never would believe this, but I can absorb a lesson. I think there's a lesson in this one. He's having a great day running the football, but occasionally they're going to find a way to stop you, aren't they?
Yeah, this time the defense stepped up in what's been so far a tough game for them. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's 3rd down. Now they'll hand it off to Wilson. Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble. And it's Washington that scoops it up, and they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line.
You remember in preseason we were going to the different training camps and visiting teams, and we always would see the running backs working out and going through those gauntlet drills, and guys either slapping at the ball or the machines. You got to learn to take care of it.
Yeah, they lost it there. Big fumble. Julian Blackmon bringing him down.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll try the left side with Gibson. And he's got some space here. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That burst good for 20 and a first down. It's a gain of 20. And Washington first down. On first down, right back to Gibson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up. Found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. Robinson will try to pick it up. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. Now a timeout called for by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Powell throwing on first down here. Over the middle, brought in by Dotson. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They'll run with Robinson, and he takes it in. Touchdown, Commanders. Brian Robinson Jr. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Commanders are able to at least get one score back. When you talk about a battle being won in the trenches, that touchdown right there, a lot of credit to the offensive lineman.
Yeah, when you watch them surge across the front, they really created great space for the runner to get in.
And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. 3 quarters in the books. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. From his end zone, Wilson. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. Not that any of the points would be needed, but CD, they've got enough time left here. They can definitely score on this drive, maybe even an ensuing drive as well, if they really want to drive home this landslide victory.
Yeah, we're certainly about to see just how aggressive they want to be here down the stretch. And what some coaches do is they try and meet it halfway, meaning they want to continue to run their offense, but they'll put in a lot of backups to do it and then tell the opposing coach, hey, I had to get them some work too. I can't just let them sit over on the sidelines all the time.
Good strength, gets him a little extra and gets them some breathing room as he's tackled shy of the 10. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. Only 3 yards on the pickup. They'll be left staring at a 3rd and 14.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
On 3rd down, here's Wilson. Room here to run. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
173 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. They'll go option to the short side. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all.
No gain there as he kept it himself at second down.
Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so they didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
Running straight ahead, Taylor. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And he loses the football a second time. And does Washington have it? They do.
He was trying to do anything he could to get that final little bit for the first.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. And on fourth down, they come up and take the knee.
So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule. If someone does it to them, you won't hear people protest out of them. That's just who they are.
Second down and a run by Robinson.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
Washington on third down.
They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3.
With a play fake, and now here's how to throw it.
Forced in trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Josh Allen has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Talk about two sides of the ball and cross purposes, because mercifully this game's almost over for the offense, but the defense, they still want to get a few shots in. That front seven, they've loved this ball game. They've been able to pad their stats, and maybe some backups can get in and get a sack as well.
Washington goes for it, but it does not pan out.
And how about this for a setup? The ball will go over on downs at the 1-yard line.
Matt Gay now gets ready for the field goal try.
Less than an extra point attempt here. This is an 18-yarder.
And Gay knocks this one through. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this was pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. Just a yard on the run there. That's going to bring us to a 4th down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Fourth down, Howell, desperation time.
And now here's another interception. Picked off by Kenny Moore.
Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road and help seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for second down.
They run once more with Taylor. And boy, this burgundy and gold defense charged up now. They stop him behind the line again.
1 yard is the loss. They back up even further to a 3rd and 15.
A tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. A give for Taylor running right side.
And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Pulled in at the 24.
Scoring game, Charles, and we typically see